Good day, friends, and welcome back to our community. Today, we are going to be discussing the phylum Arthropoda. Phylum Arthropoda. Now, this phylum is the largest phyla in the among the invertebrates, and it has four major classes. Four major classes of organisms are in the phyla Arthropoda. Now, these four classes include the largest one, which is the class Insecta. The class Insecta. Examples of our insects are the grasshoppers and the cockroaches. Grasshoppers and cockroaches, even our domestic flies, are all members or parts or organisms within the Insecta. Now we also have the Arachnida. The Arachnida include our spiders and scorpions. Spiders and scorpions are part of the Arachnida. We have the crustaceans. The crustaceans include our crabs, our lobsters, and our crayfish. Crabs, lobsters, and crayfish are all part of the crustaceans. And the myriapoda include the centipedes and the millipedes. Now, what are some of the characteristics, general characteristics which the phylum Arthropoda have? One, they have segmented bodies. That's if you look at their bodies, you can see that their bodies are in segments from the head all the way to their tails are all in segments. So they have segmented bodies. They have hard exoskeletons that are made of chitin. Hard exoskeletons that are made of chitin. They have jointed appendages. They have what you can look at as like the fore limbs or the hind limbs, and they are jointed. They are jointed together. So jointed appendages or legs they have, and these legs or appendages are used for movement, for walking, for crawling. Now they also have this. Their appendages also have little hairs on them that they use for sensitivity. So when they land or they perch on something, they're able to use the hairs on their legs for sensitivity. Now the bodies of arthropods are divided majorly in 2 or 3 ways depending on the organism it is. Some organisms have a division of head, abdomen, and thorax. Head, thorax, and abdomen. Head, thorax, and abdomen. While others have 2 divisions of head and cephalothorax. Head and cephalothorax. This is important to note. And then some of the organisms have, or most of the organisms in the arthropoda have what we call bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry, and this just means that you could imaginarily divide the organism into 2. And what you have on the left side is what you have on the right side. Human beings also have bilateral symmetry. Now, apart from bilateral symmetry, some of the organisms have a triploblastic layer. A triploblastic layer, meaning that the organism has 3-part layer. The body of the organism is in 3 layers. This is important to note. Now, when it comes to respiration, arthropoda respire using respiratory gills. They use trachea and they use long books. Gills, trachea, and long books. Some insects also have what you call spiracles that they use for their respiration. This is important to know. Arthropoda, they can walk, they can swim, and they reproduce sexually. Fertilization is also usually internal, and then many times arthropoda undergo what you call a metamorphosis. They move from your egg to pupa to larva and then to adult. And when they have this metamorphosis, it could be complete or incomplete metamorphosis. This is important to know. Then many of the arthropodas can be herbivores, they can be carnivores, or they can be omnivores. Herbivores meaning that they eat plants and plant materials. Carnivores meaning that they eat other animals, and omnivores meaning that they eat a mixture of both plant materials and other animals. Now, they also have the exoskeleton. They have the exoskeleton that is made up of chitin that molds, that changes from time to time. These are some of the characteristics of the phyla Arthropoda. Thank you for listening and have a wonderful day.